Hello everyone, welcome back to more 14 Minesweeper Variants. We're about to head into X territory, learning about crosses. Tell me what it actually means. Okay, so it is the plus. I guessed it would be a plus. So, a cross region within distance 2. Alright, cool. Happy to learn how this might work. I'm already lost. Oh, nice! It highlights the right region. Cool. Okay. Ah, actually, that is interesting, isn't it? These two regions overlap. This region is strictly smaller than this one because while they have different sticky outy bits, this one sticks out only into spaces that are already known not to be mines. So if I know there's a mine in one of these two squares, there must not be any other mines in the rest of this region for this one. Now this 2 and this 1, right? The 2 sees more mines than the 1 does, even though the 1's region is bigger. Obviously, that's not a huge surprise, but more importantly, the only place this 2 could see a mine that the 1 wouldn't see is here. So now we know there's one mine in these 2 squares, which means the rest of this 1's squares must be safe. Still haven't figured these out. This 3, we can just auto-click. Nice. I'm just going to click everything. Okay, great. That was all I needed to do. All right, good level, good level. This 3 and this 1 have a similar relationship to the thing we started with last puzzle, where there's only 2 squares this 3 sees that the 1 doesn't. Actually, we can say all the 3 squares are mines. I didn't notice that. That's easier. This is a mine, right? Because this 3 already sees 2 mines, so there's only 1 in this whole region. And the 2 needs 2 mines, but only one of them can be here, so this is the other. And then we can back propagate that information to here. We know this isn't a mine. Not a lot of other clues that look like they're going anywhere, huh? Like, it's just these 4 clues that somehow have to do something. Ah, wait a minute. Yes, this 3 and this 2 go together, right? Every square that this 3 sees is also seen by this 2 and would complete the 2. So therefore, the other squares the 2 can see are safe. And now total mine count, I guess, is how I get there. This has to be the only mine because it's the only thing all 4 of these clues can say. See? Yeah. This 2 and this 1. There's these 2 squares. At least one of them's a mine to make the 2 happy. So, but only one of them can to avoid blowing up the 1. So this is the 2's other mine. And the other squares the 1 can see are safe. This 3 and this 2, right? We know that exactly one of these 2 squares is a mine, which means this 3 needs 1 more. It's either here or here, but I don't know which. No, it needs 2 more. Can't see this one. So these are both mines. I knew that was the right place to look. I just got confused about counting. Only 1 mine left. Really? Isn't it just one of these two and I can't possibly know which? Ah, no, this tells me, of course. Well, that was easy. So what do we have to do to get to the next area here? 5 of these X things. Easy peasy. No problems so far in here. I'm a savant, it turns out. These are mines to avoid blowing up the 1. Now we get these kind of doing the same thing in reverse. These are all mines. It's an easy game, guys. Okay, not even anything to think about on that one. Just like click on things until you're done. That's done. Now that's sort of interesting, right? This 4 and this 2. There can only be one of this square and this square, which means the 4 needs all 3 of its others to be mines. And then, of course, there is exactly one of these 2. Therefore, the 2 doesn't have a mine here, and that's how I make more progress. There's only one of these 2 because of this mine, so this 2... Oh, there's exactly one of these, which finishes this 2, so that's not a mine. Done. Easy. We did the P's. Am I speedrunning this? I'm sure a puzzle speedrunner would be going through levels way faster than me, but those X's felt easier than any of the other things. Okay, partitions. Oh, I'm so bad at these, I think. Number of consecutive groups of mines. So, isn't that kind of the same as this W rule, but less? Like it says the lengths of how many clusters. This just says how many clusters. Huh. So let's look over here. So this 1, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, this seems understandable. Number of consecutive groups. Fine. If there's 2 consecutive groups here, then this must be one of them. One of these must be a consecutive group as well, and therefore this 2 is finished. There's no mine here. Now there is one there, which autoclick will do for us, I imagine. Now I guess only total mine count can give me this, right? Okay. Found 4 mines and went home. Very good. That's a mine to avoid making the 1 upset. And no, you know what? You're right. As I clicked that, I was like, wait a minute, that's wrong. Because there could be a single consecutive group that goes like this. Only 1 consecutive group of mines here. I guess this isn't a mine, right? Because these 2 consecutive groups must include at least 1 mine this 1 can see. Therefore, its consecutive group is out here and not in here. Okay. So we know there's a mine here in this area. At least 1, maybe 2. What? Sorry, teach me. What counts as consecutive? Do diagonals count? Is there an example where I can see this? Does that question even make sense? I don't think that question makes sense. But they haven't given me an example, actually. Have they? Like, if I moved this mine here, would this still be a 2? No. But would it be a 1 or a 3? I don't know. consecutive groups of mines. Well, wait a minute. I guess I do know the answer. I've already assumed it doesn't mean diagonal, because if it were, this mine would be incorrect to place, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. So, these might both be mines, but there might be only one of them. I guess one thing that's sort of interesting is we can't have that these two are both mines, because then there'd only be one connected group. But this could be a mine or not a mine. It's just that it's connected to this one in a way. What am I supposed to do to make progress here? I guess, no. Because this 2 and this 1, they look important, but I can't actually get anything specific out of them. Either this is a mine, in which case none of this is. Wouldn't that be lovely to know? Or it's not a mine, in which case this and maybe this are. Right? So there's no specific cell I can isolate as definitely a mine or definitely not a mine in this area, I don't think. I mean, I guess this would be a time to find out if diagonals count. I'm pretty sure they don't. But like, if diagonals did count, this could never be a mine, because it would make there be only one connected group, right? So let's just click here. Maybe diagonals do count? Interesting. Well, this is clearly a mine. Wait a minute, is that true? Yes, because there's one connected group here, yeah. Ah! Well, now if diagonals counted, then this couldn't, well then this would have to be, sorry. If diagonals don't count, then the only way there could be a mine here is if there's a mine here also. So there would have to be a mine here. If diagonals do count, we can't be sure. Let's just put a mine there. Okay, well, maybe diagonals count, maybe they don't. Nobody knows yet. I guess... Okay, diagonals must not count, because there's no way to make a 3 otherwise. So I'm not sure why clicking this 3 was legal then. Huh. Anyway, this must be the last mine in the area for the 3. Oh yeah, only total mine count's gonna give me this, huh? I was about to start clicking this stuff, but actually I don't think I can. Hang on, why? Okay, so diagonals, right? Diagonals don't count. We know that. That's why I can do this. We figured that out eventually. Diagonals don't count. This 3, we need these to be the 2 that are outside, and then one of these is a group. This 2 therefore sees both of its groups, so this isn't a mine. This finishes this 2. I don't think I can actually say anything about this 2, right? Yes, this can't be a mine. In fact, if I click here, it'll tell me that. Yeah. Doesn't this have to be a mine? Because there's only one group in this whole area. And one here. And to get a second, we would need this to be a mine and this not to be. Done. All right, I'm not a genius at partitions, but I'm doing okay. This is not a mine, I believe, because there can be one connected region over here for the two, but the other one has to be in this area, visible to the one. So this is not a mine. I actually meant to click here and have it fill this out, but apparently, yes, the twos were also auto-fillable. Oh, that two's easy. This 2 and 3 facing each other are pretty important, I think. Somehow. Although the details elude me. Because like from just the 2's perspective, we could have this whole section be mines. The 3 would not allow that. Ah, I see. So I was thinking, okay, the 3 needs these to be broken up somehow, but like how much? And the point is, the 3 can't really say, but if they're broken up, the 2 can't allow there to be a mine here. Because the only way there could be a mine here is if it was completely solid all the way up. Okay. Now, from this 3's perspective, it sort of looks like we could avoid this being a mine, but in fact we can't. Because the only way to allow that would be put mine here, here, and here. But that breaks the 2. So this is in fact the mine that the 1 sees. Now, yeah, we can finish this 3, right? Because it has a mine in this region and a mine in this region, and they're not touching, but we don't care about that at the moment. What's important is if there's a mine in this region, it has to be here. It could be both of these, but it has to at least be here. And that means the 3's other mine has to be there. And this is not a mine, and then that's puzzle done because there's 3 mines left. I could just click here, I guess. Cool. So, I mean, we know that like these aren't all mines. They're also not all unmines. Because there has to be a gap between this group and the group that's on the other side. But we don't know. It could be the gap is here and the second mine is here. Or maybe there's a mine here and a gap and then a mine. Those both seem possible. However, in either case, this 2 is seeing its second group of mines here or here, right? But that doesn't quite help, because that group of mines could continue all the way down here, couldn't it? I think so. If we just like made all of this mines, all these 2's would be happy. Although, I mean, I guess this one would be broken. But there's middle grounds, I think, where this 2 would still be satisfied, right? Like if we made these 3 into mines. Oh, actually, this can't all be mines. What am I talking about? Yeah, it could. Wait a minute. Yeah, this 2 is instructive, kind of. It says something. We have to build a solid line of mines until we stop, and then we don't get to start up again going in this direction. So, if we said, you know what? This is a mine. Where's my red? If we said this is a mine, then these would also all have to be mines. And to make this 2 happy, we'd have to find another mine that it can see that isn't this one. Which would have to be one of these, right? But that would be another mine for this guy unless we connected it up as well, like this. And that's already all 6 mines that we have left to place, and this 2 isn't finished. So the assumption we made about this is impossible, right? This is not a mine. Fuck you. Why is this a mine? Oh, I forgot that this 2 can see here. Okay. That's where I've been going wrong. Okay, got it. So, okay. So we should maybe instead say, what if this were a mine? We would need all of these to be mines, and that would be impossible. Because we'd have to avoid creating a third group that this 2 can see. And then this 2 would be unhappy. So it was easy. I just missed that this mine is seen by here. So this is not a mine. This is a mine, isn't it? Because if we try to squeeze both mine groups for this 2 over here, it has to be here and here. And this has to not be a mine, which is impossible for this 2. So that's a mine. This is not a mine because the 1 would then see another group. This 2 has to see another mine group. It has to be over here, obviously. It can't be just this one, because then this 2 would be upset. So it has to be this mine, and then maybe also this one. Only total mine count will tell. This now finally actually can't be a mine, right? Because if it were, we'd have to connect all this up. And there wouldn't be enough to connect up this 1 to prevent it seeing 2 groups. So this is not a mine. Now there's not enough mines left to put 1 here. Okay. So I didn't get a perfect, but that's fine. E. We get to learn the E rule today. Sure, why not? Ooh. Hashes and pluses? Okay, whatever. Eyesight. The number of non-mines it can see before it sees a mine. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Including itself. I have no idea how to start this. What? I mean, okay, this is kind of like... Actually, wait a minute. I've played a lot of this puzzle. There's an Android version of exactly this puzzle called Oh No? Or maybe it's Oh Hi? I forget which one is which. No, I think Oh No is the one I've actually played. Oh Hi is like the original one, and they made a sequel that's like a different kind of puzzle. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And I think it's exactly the same as this. Yeah. But there's usually more clues. Like, for example, we know that this 3 can't have... Nope, we don't know that. Yeah, it can't be the case that none of these are mines, right? Because let's suppose these were both, like... I can't find green. Whatever. We'll use this color. Is it green? It is. Suppose these were both not mines. Then this 3 would see 4 things. Right? Yes, this is the right direction to go in. So we know, therefore, that, you know, one of these 2 is a mine. And that means this 6 can't see 3 squares up here. It can only see at most 1, right? So it sees itself and 1 in this direction, and up to 2 more in these directions, but that's still only 4. So these 2 are not mines. I'm sure there's a name, by the way, for like this kind of puzzle. You know, I don't know what it's called. I've played it as Oh No. You know, it's now here in Minesweeper as well. I'm sure there's like some Japanese puzzle thing that's exactly this, and I just don't know the name for it. I believe we have that this must be a mine, yes? Because this 6 and this 4 see the same number of cells along this row. Therefore, the 6 must see 2 more cells than the 4 does in this column. And it can only see 1 if it goes down, so at least 1 must be up. Why not? Oh, it was supposed to be not a mine. I proved that that's not a mine. Okay, God. So those 2, and then, yeah, there we go. And now we know this is a mine, because the 3 shouldn't be allowed to see all this. Now we know this 3 has to see a little bit more that way. And it sees the same 3 cells in this row that this 3 does, so it can't look down. This 2 can't be allowed to see this 5, which we could have done earlier. So there must be a mine in between. Now this 5 has to go down to be able to see 1 more than the 4. The 4 can't be allowed to see any of these because the 5 can't grow any further. Fuck! It made me so mad I hit my desk. I'm still having this problem with, like, I prove something is a mine and then I click it and I say it's not a mine, or vice versa. Okay, this is a mine. This has to reach down now. These are both actually mines. This is not a mine, right? Yeah. This has to not be a mine. We know this sees exactly 4, so that's up to here, and then this is a mine. I guess I could have just clicked. It probably would have worked. These are done. 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 This 5 has to see at least 1 this way to be able to see 2 more than the 3 does. The 6 has to see more than the 5 does vertically, which means this square at least. Has to see a lot more. I mean, the 3... So this 3 sees at least 1 itself along this row, right? But it might see only 1. So we can say this 6 has to see 3 more than that in its row. It has to see at least 4, including itself. The only way it could do that is if this is not a mine. Okay. Cool. This 2 now can't be allowed to see the 5 because that would be 3 cells. Now this 5... it sees the same cells in its row as this 5, and this 5 also sees 1 in its column. So this has to see 1 in its column as well. And now this 5 is blocked off. This 2 needs to be blocked off. Okay, that was some nice clicking. Now what? This 2, oh, is finished. Yeah, okay. Easy enough. This is probably not a mine, right? Let's prove that, though. Where are the 4 squares the 4 is getting to look at? If this were a mine, we'll even draw it out for clarity. I don't know. I guess I usually use check marks. If this were a mine, boy, it's like a deranged square root sign. If this were a mine, then the 4 would have to get all of its cells from this column, which is a problem for 2 reasons. First, okay, for 1 reason. The 1 reason is it would have to reach this 3, and then the 3 would see all of those same cells. So this, in fact, can't be a mine. This 6, this should not be a mine, right? In fact, I think these are both not mines. Because it sees the same stuff in this column as this 4. Therefore, it needs to see 2 more in its row than the 4 does. And the 4 sees 1 in its row. Well, 2 including itself. So we need to see 4 including itself, which must include these 2. And now, don't we have something very strong going on with these 2? Well, maybe. This sees at least 1 in its column, i.e. itself. So this needs to see at least 2 more than that, i.e. 3 including itself. But it could be this cell and this cell, or this cell rather. I don't know which yet. A question that occurs to me is, could this 4 not be connected to this 3? I think we're going to find the answer is no. Suppose that we tried that and we said, yeah, this is not a mine. Then we need, of course, for... No, we don't need that. It could be that this is a mine. However, we would need at least that to be a mine, right? Because this 4 sees the same things in its rows this one does, and therefore needs to see at least 1 in its column to match up. So that would make this a mine. Sorry, I think I got confused. I think I'm writing the... I wanted to say, is it possible for these to not be connected? Which means, is it possible for this to be a mine? In which case, sure, this is not a mine. And then I guess this 4 would be finished. And so we'd have to put mines here and here. This 4 needs no mine here to live. Wait, did I just... These are both supposed to be X's, not checks. Okay. And then this 4 is also finished, I guess, right? So that would be a mine, and then we'd be toast. This 4 would be trapped. So I think it's impossible for this to be a mine, is what I've proven. Yeah. I guess we can say this isn't a mine, I think. Sorry, it is a mine. This game is so hard. Because... this, Oh, I guess easier would be that this is a mine. And then that this isn't, so they kind of come out together. So the point is, this 4... we know it sees these 3 cells. We don't really know which of these 2 it sees, but we do know it sees 3 vertically and 1 horizontally, which means this 6 also sees 3 vertically. And therefore, it needs to see 3 horizontally, not including itself, which means this is not a mine, right? Yeah, it just has to be. Oh my gosh, a 7. An 8. Just auto-click stuff until you win. We unlock the E's. Okay, well, let's, as we've been doing, look at the spoilers for what E's are. Oh wait, is E's what we were doing? Yes, it's just we have unlocked 6x6 E's. Okay, whatever. That's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.